Hi-ho, explorers! This week I'm reviewing a book by Bill Bryson called Neither Here Nor There. It is a travel book. It's kind of half memoir, half humor, half you can't have another half. The year is 1990, and he has gone off on his own to retrace his steps from an earlier trip in life that he did with another person. He goes to, I think, 12 European cities, both Western and Eastern Europe. A book like this serves really two purposes. The first, as a memoir of the experience for the author, and secondly, as an encouragement to the reader to embrace their adventures in spirit and spend their entire savings going on a trip to Europe. You can resist this. No Europe for you! My love for Europe started very early on. I went to Italy for the first time when I was 10, and while you might think one at 10 doesn't remember a whole lot, I remember plenty. I remember most of the room numbers from all of the hotels that we stayed in, which my family thinks is crazy. I remember all of the delicious lamb that I ate and all of the pistachio gelato. And I remember the smells mostly. I remember the Sistine Chapel smelling like old people. I remember so much about it. I was lucky enough to go back with my family again to Paris when I was in college, and then for a whole semester I lived and studied in Copenhagen, Denmark. And it was one of the best decisions that I ever made and that my parents let me do. This book opens while Bill is on his way to a city called Hammerfest in Norway. It's the most north you can feasibly go on the planet, and he was making the trek up there to see the northern lights. I don't know if I have the dedication to do what he did. It was so freezing, and he was there for about a month because you have to wait in order to see them. And you have to be a very special kind of person to endure that kind of cold for that long when you're not used to it, just in order to see something happen in the sky. I'm sure it was real pretty, but damn! It's on a trip like that where you fully realize your threshold for pain. What are you really willing to put up with in order to do something that you're very passionate about doing, or to see something that you're dying to see? On his second trip to Paris now, he's realized that people really are not as rude and confrontational as everyone makes them out to be. If you give French a shot and you don't tread on their lifestyle and their culture, just like anywhere, they will be perfectly lovely people, or they'll just ignore you. Either way, from Paris he made his way into Belgium, and he went to quite a few Belgian cities. His main observation in Belgium is that not everywhere has to be exceptionally interesting. Belgium, for example, is not the most exciting place in the world, but they know what they're about and they do it well. Belgium is about beer and chocolate, for the record, and thank God for that. A slew of cities in Germany were on tap next after visiting Belgium, and while in Germany, Bill realizes that he's kind of thought of Europe as just one big, huge country. After experiencing three very different German cities, Aachen, Cologne, and Hamburg, he comes to realize that each country and even each city is its own entity with its own motivations and points of daily simple existence. From Germany, he made it to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and there he had really what came down to three keen observations. First, the Dutch people give approximately zero shits about helping people learn their language. Second, that walking leisurely through a European city on a Sunday morning is one of the most perfect things one can do in their lifetime. And third, that stepping just outside the limits of a major city will bring you to the true gems of that country. Finally, he makes it to Copenhagen, which is what I've been waiting for while reading this whole book. And I have so many feelings, so many of them. I have them all. I have every feeling about what he had to say about Copenhagen. For most of it, he was absolutely dead on. Copenhagen is the most comfortable city. People are so accepting. No one gives a crap what you're doing as long as you're not hurting them or someone else. You can do whatever you want, be who you want, feel what you want to feel, eat what you want to eat, drink what you want to drink, and live your life. It's so simple. No one makes a big deal out of anything. For example, Carlsberg, the big Danish beer, their slogan is probably the best beer in town. It's just the best place ever. However, I have one small bone to pick with Mr. Bill Bryson. This guy did not learn how to pronounce any of the words he needed to say that were in Danish. And it was really hard to listen to because it's not that difficult. I mean, don't get me wrong. Danish as a language is really hard. Very guttural and all of that stuff. And if you're not used to it, then it can be hard. But the words that he said were not difficult. Throughout the rest of the book, he makes his way to Switzerland and Italy, and he finally ends up in Sofia, Bulgaria, which he loved because it is really kind of an untouched European city. What I really take away from a book like this is that traveling alone is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. It opens you up for spontaneity and quiet, reverent moments and some potential self-actualization. You figure out who you are, what you like, and who you want to spend your time with. I highly recommend Neither Here Nor There by Bill Bryson. It will ignite your sense of adventure and leave you wanting to go find a new place to explore. So until next time, love yourself, love your pals, and hold on to your butts. See ya! Hey guys, thanks for watching, and if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. And if you have any suggestions or books that you'd like me to read, or things that you'd like me to talk about, or stupid crap you'd like me to do on the internet, just let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Bye!